So, welcome back to a new one. It's gonna be a short one. The first point I want to talk about in this video is to move fast. And I want to speak about this and give a sort of lesson here because it is the case for today's day in my personal life. It is kind of a mess. I want to do a lot of things. I just got back from work like an hour ago. And I didn't start the day in the best way possible. Like I started the day a bit in a hurry because I had to get to work and I had to do a lot of things and I have to do still a lot of things. And my mind constantly wonders like, when do I record the video? When do I like script maybe an idea for the video so they get better? And I just thought that I need to come here, sit here, be shit. Like, to be honest, like these are my first videos. I'm gonna be shit. But let's make the journey a little faster. Like, let's start now being a little bit shit, you know? So the lesson there is like, you need to move fast. Millionaires and billionaires, and maybe you are sitting there thinking like, what the fuck are you doing talking about millionaires and billionaires when you are like sat on your chair? Like, yeah, but you need to aspire to have some of the traits of people you admire and people you want to be people you want to be more like. Or maybe you don't want to be a millionaire or a billionaire because that takes a lot of work and stress and hard work, you know. Maybe you don't want to be a millionaire, but I think we all agree here that we all want to have some extra money, some like to live a good life, have our finances in order and be able to buy a new car when you want one, or a nicer house, or I don't know, travel to that country you always wanted to travel. So we need money for that. So maybe the point here is maybe you don't want to be a millionaire, but you still can learn some things from the millionaires that you can apply in your own life and have more money. That is a very important trait of millionaires and billionaires. Getting back to the point, to move fast. Today I didn't have much time to think about the video, the idea, the theme, but like how my day was the idea of the video, that you need to move fast and act. Speak less, think less. Of course, speaking and thinking are skills of its own that you need to practice and get better, but action is everything. And you heard this a million times over. Action is very important. Whether you want to get better at the gym, have a better physique, like scale your business, be better in your day job, whatever it is, you need more time, you need more hours doing it. You need also to practice actively, because there are things like driving, for example. People drive every day, but they don't actively think about driving. Like, that makes you actually to get worse doing something over time, you know? So that's not the practice you need to do. The practice you need to do is active. You need to actively think like, how do I get better at this? What can I implement? Who I need to listen to and learn from so I can get better. So my advice would be that, like, move very fast, and also on top of that, if you can add this, you're gonna be in the top 1%. Like, these two skills that I'm gonna name the second one now, if you can combine them together, you're gonna get miles ahead of everyone, which is being patient. And yeah, maybe you sit there like, be patient. Of course, that's very basic and we all know it. Yeah, we all know it, but think about this for a while. So let's say you move very fast. You start to move fast, like you think less, you go ahead with your day and you say, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you do this, you practice, you get better, you move very fast, you do a lot of things on a daily basis on your life, you know? But what can happen is that you moving fast will also like set a standard for yourself in which things happen fast. Like, I don't know, let's say you go very hard on the gym. You say to yourself, I'm gonna go 5 days a week, I'm gonna train a lot, I'm gonna eat incredibly good, I'm gonna sleep better, I'm gonna take some supplements. Like, you dedicate your life to the gym, for example, CrossFit or running or whatever, doesn't matter. I support all sports. So let's say you do that. And then you say, okay, well, I expect to have incredible results if I'm putting this much energy and time into it. And that's where patience comes in, because of course that if you make such a hard work and such an effort in anything, you will get there faster. You will make money faster. If the case is your business or the gym, you will get results faster. But you need to be patient. Like, you need to expect to get there faster, but at the same time say, I want to do this for years. I'm gonna do this for years. So when you are patient for years and you move fast, like, there's no way I can describe to you what you can accomplish. Not even myself, I know it, because I try to do this, but it hasn't been a lot of time since I tried to adopt this mindset. I move sort of fast. I could move 10 times faster. I am sort of patient, but I could be way more patient. So even myself, I don't know the extent of how much this works, but I know it on a micro basis. So it works for the macro also. I've seen it time and time and again on successful people and people I know in my own life, and it works. So getting to the last point of the video, as I said, it was gonna be a quick one. The last ones were very long, sorry. And I want to have some variation, and also I don't have a lot of time, as I was saying, so I killed two birds with one stone. So the last point I wanted to touch base on is to give more and take less. I want to tell you a story about this, a personal story that happened like 15 minutes ago. So on the work that I was telling you about the other day that I'm on, I'm doing like two different shifts basically. So I'm doing two different shifts, and on the second one, I'm like in a leading position of the team with the other promoters, because like there is three girls and me, and my boss, you could say my boss, instructed me to be like the leader of the team because there is no supervisor or anything with us. And since I'm on the first shift, I already have a little bit of experience. So on the second shift, like on the second team, let's say second team, I'm like the leader. So the other day I talked to my boss and I said, hey, since I'm the leader, I'm taking on some responsibilities I shouldn't be taking just as a promoter, some things a supervisor should do. I said to my boss, like, I think I could get compensated a little bit more than the average like promoter, like my partners, I spoke to my boss those words about that, and he said no, that he was expecting for me to have some goodwill and do it for the goodwill of my heart, let's say. And it's like, I'm not doing so much extra stuff, I'm doing some, but it doesn't bother me. It isn't to the point that I'm working more hours or anything. But he said no. And today, another one of the bosses, he texted me and he said, hey, about the payout that you asked this guy, I think we can manage that. And the lesson here because I'm losing the point. The point is, you need to give more and take less, because I asked for more money. That's me taking, let's say. But I also, when he said no, because he said like, yo, I can send someone so you don't have to do this, don't worry, I don't know, something like that, something along those lines. And I said, no, like, don't worry about it, I'm gonna take charge, I'm gonna take the lead on this. I don't care about the money. I was just asking because I thought I deserved more money if I was doing these tasks. But that doesn't mean that if I don't get that extra money, I'm not gonna do the extra stuff and the work. Like, I'm more than happy to either way do that work, So that's what I mean. Like, me, in that case, I'm giving. It doesn't matter if they compensate me more or not. I'm gonna do the work either way, regardless of the money. So the world is a very crazy place, and it works the Lord works in mysterious ways. That's the phrase. Because what I wanted to say is that this world works in mysterious ways, like it's very curious how it works. And I recall one time in school when we were told that phrase about the Lord for Catholics watching, which says the Lord works in mysterious ways, I think. And it is the case for this case, because I said, okay, like, I don't care about the money, don't worry. And 2 or 3 days later, or I think it was like 5 days later, which is today, another boss texted me and said, hey, like, I actually am gonna give you more money, so don't worry about it, and we can arrange that. So yeah, and this is some story just to illustrate the point, but there are countless and countless examples of this in real life, in other people's life, and also on my own. Like, when you forget a little bit about taking, so what can I take, give me everything, when you stop a little bit thinking about that, you get to crazy places. For example, I don't know, with women also, like, most men with women are so fucking lame, because they try to, I don't know, most men just focus on one thing, and we all know what that is. And that doesn't work very well most of the time. Like, women want men who are actually there to give value, and value is, let's say how it is, how the world works. Like, men in today's day and age and in society, and it always has been this way, are there to give value, and value in the way of good experiences, going out and paying for the whole date when you don't have to. Like, you could split up the bill. Like, that's fucking lame, if I'm being honest. Maybe you don't agree, but in my personal opinion, you never split the bill with a woman. And if you can't pay for the whole thing, like, you do another thing, like, use your mind, your imagination. But that's what I mean, like, give value. And that doesn't mean like you are the wallet or anything, just because it is a gentlemanly thing to do. I don't know, pay for the date, or it doesn't have to be with money, but open the door for the women. Like, that's giving service and giving value, and not just wanting to, yeah, just because I'm a man, I deserve, I don't know, whatever from this woman, you know? That's something a boy would do or think about. But real men we are here to give service. I consider myself a real man. Maybe I'm just a fucking boy, but at the end of the day, self-image is very important, and I try to be as mature and as gentleman as I can. So that are also my thoughts on giving value, not taking so much, not thinking about what you deserve or what people should give you just because you are here standing in this world. Like, if the world had more people like that, we would be very, very far. People who focused more on giving and less on taking. And of course that I myself struggle with this sometimes, and I try to take more than I should. And that's because of the conditioning we've been having since we were kids, like maybe from your parents, or maybe from television or the news, like. But maybe it's not our fault that we are conditioned this way, but it is our responsibility to change. So, because we are adults now, we are grown up, and we need to take charge of our lives and be better. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. I like the points that we touched on today. Yeah, I will keep you updated and posted on what I'm doing. I want to also make some videos about training. That's probably coming in the future, about, I don't know, CrossFit routines or maybe calisthenics. I do a lot of calisthenics, like, not the crazy moves that you may see online, but push-ups, pull-ups, air squats, running. I consider running a little bit like calisthenics, like anything you do with your own body without using, I don't know, a gym or weights, you could consider it calisthenics. It's training at the end of the day, and training is great. I love training, and I love talking about training, so we probably have content coming about that. But thank you for watching, And I guess I'll see you on the next one.